Moto channel. I've got not great news, but also good news. KLX110 is going back together. Unfortunately, we don't have all the new parts we want. So right now, I just mounted the engine back in there, and this pile of parts down here has just been cleaned up. But I've spent the better part of the last like 4 months looking for some nice pit bike suspension, and it's either nowhere to be found or they want insane prices for them. So I'm not paying $800 for a set of stock like KX65 forks that are blown and beat to shit. Not doing it. I fiddled around with the suspension that's on it. I have no idea what it is, but I took it apart, cleaned the seals, changed the fork oil. That, along with this trash clamp down here, I'm gonna run that, see how it is. That's kind of my mindset on this build now, is just screw it, putting it back together, and we're gonna rip it. I already got some new tires. The rear thing is meaty. The front, I messed up. I pinched the tube. A couple of these parts I just painted up a little bit just to make them look nice. The pipe, it was like a rusty orange, and I decided to do a little heat treatment on there. Turned out pretty good. Tried to make it so, see that spot like right there, there, kind of like weld spots. Turned out pretty good, so happy with that. Front brake, pretty sure all of the fluid drained out of this thing. I have no idea what this caliper is. All I know is that it looks like trash and it leaks all over the place. I've done a couple other things, rebuilt the carb, it's already on there. Painted the clutch cover side, nothing great, just touch up. The old foot peg cradle, that's just gonna stay bent. So lots of stuff that we can put together, but we're still waiting on a few parts to finish up the entire build. So let's get to it. I forgot how this mess went on the bike, so probably be a minute before I get this on. we're gonna bring this little guy down. See if she actually fires up. Got some fresh oil in there. If you're wondering, these usually take a quart. I think maybe like 1.1 quarts with a filter change. Oh, well, I got it to run for a little bit. I'm just gonna wait till I get my my final parts, and I'll meet up back with you guys because I'm drenched in sweat. It's like 100 out. No AC in this little freaking shed, so I'm burning up. We'll see you in, I don't know, hopefully a few days. And we're back. Got the stuff we needed. New tube in there, fresh tire. These guys are the Geomax MX53F. Size of the front, 60 by 100 on these 14-inch XLs. You know, they're a little scratched up here and there, mostly from just changing the tire. No big marks or anything. Our disc is in good shape. So we got our parts in. What I'm gonna do, pretty sure I showed you the seat beforehand. If anybody wants this, DM me on Instagram at WildMoto. Probably ship it to you. It fits like the KLX, or I guess it just fits the you know, like the 110 tall seats. I just went with a moto seat cover. This was a little more expensive than I wanted to pay, but just decided to go blackout. Should look good on there, so I want to put that guy on. She turned out pretty good. A little extra grip, and I think that black on black will work a lot better. So the front end, it's pretty tall. It's no longer a KLX110, that's for sure. You can tell, I mean, it's a little funky just because number plate's tweaked a little. Fender, it's pretty straight on. Wheels and forks are straight. That bar up over here is just a hair bent, so kind of throws everything off a little bit. I'm gonna throw the seat, rest of the plastics on, we'll get this thing fired up. So here we go, all together. She looks pretty good. Circuit sounds good. yanking the throttle at all, so carb seems to be set up pretty good. Idle's good. Looks good. I think we're finished. Alright, got back from a little test ride. It runs pretty good. The clutch needs a little adjustment. Everything else pretty smooth, pretty good. Still, what's weak is the front suspension. I mean, I'm like 210, so I don't know if I can even talk about suspension. I'd have to put like some 250 suspension on here just so I can ride the damn thing, and I rode it back and forth out here, and that's kind of where I'm like, maybe I should just sell this instead of keeping it, because, you know, I just bottom out the front. The rear is really stiff, so that works pretty well. The front though, I mean, unless I can find some type of option on eBay, that's just, it's not gonna work out. I don't think so. If you have any ideas, let me know down below. It'd be awesome to keep this thing. I mean, as it sits right there, it looks almost like a KX85. That's how big this thing is. It's not even close to a 110. Don't know what to do with it. Leaning on the side of selling it, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe over the next few weeks I can come up with some type of plan on the forks, because as it sits, I mean, you see the like the amount of travel, but even though I loaded up those forks with oil, got them to where they were what seemed like stiff, once I hop on there and actually hit some terrain, they're just like bottomed out. As you can see, there's the line right about there, just some leftover oil, so that kind of sucks. Maybe I'll just have to stay away from the 110s. If you have any questions about this bike, down below, that's where to ask them. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, if I do know the answer. Appreciate you watching, and check out Wild Moto on Instagram as well. Anyway, thanks. See you in the next one.